Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another edition of Find Ways to Win. My name is FitzgeraldStephens. I certainly appreciate you guys tuning in this lovely day. Just hoping you're living the life you want, the life you plan for, the life you're working for, the life you're expecting, and the life you're consistently grinding for. I want to talk to you about a very, very important subject that has held true a lot in my life and the life of other people who I'm in contact, many who I have observed. The title of this stream is called Never Revisit Your Place of Failure. Never revisit your place of failure. Now, failure, winning, light, dark, cold, hot, opposites in common. Fitzgerald, what are you trying to say? If you're going to win in life, and if you're going to be a doer and a strategic achiever in life, notice I said strategic achiever because it doesn't just happen. You are going to have a short memory. Never, ever, ever revisit your place of failure. What do I mean by revisiting? Playing it in your mind over and over, mulling on what went wrong, mulling on what happened, mulling on what you could have done, mulling on what you should have done, and things like that. That will constantly keep you in a state of perpetual defeat. The type of personality I am, and it took me a while to get a hold of this. I have learned that if I am to choose to leave a relationship, or I'm fired from a relationship, or I'm fired from a job, I don't go back. I don't look back. What is the? I'm not interested in being friends. I'm not interested in stopping by places of defeat. What's the point? I lost there. There was humiliation. There was degradation there. There was loss there. So why in the world will I want to keep going around something or someone that reminds me of a defeat? Now, I could take the lessons onto the next project and apply the lessons that I learned back at that defeat and apply that in order to come out with a greater sense of victory or maximize my victory. But I don't go back, and nor should you. Why don't you want to go back? Because it keeps you perpetually trapped in that place. That was a place of loss. That was a place of humiliation, degradation, toxicity, and anything else you want to call it. But it will stop you from making gains in your life right the heck now. And isn't that why we play the game to win? Isn't that why we engage and thank God for the day that He has given us in our life? Because we want to do better than what we had done better before. And if you're going to do that, you have to put up buffer zones in your life that ensure you have the maximal outcome of victory that is your reasonable service. And you can't keep going over playing or talking to someone who you left or who left you, or going back to a house that you lost in foreclosure and looking at it, wonder what it could have been. And because all those things, all they do is just simply shut you down from going forth through the project that you have to do right now. Or for the person who may love you and who may give you a great and fantastic relationship, but you're so busy holding on back with what you lost and how it could have been, what should have been, what could be if only if I give it one more try, that you're throwing away your presence right now for the past. And I notice how they use the word future, because you really don't have the future. All you did live is in the current moment. Now I know that's a radical statement, but hear me out now. You can't go back to the past. That's gone. You can't go forward into the future. Only the Lord God Elyon can do that. So you are stuck right in the past. So you are creating the best past for you with the choices that you make right now. You understand that. So many people hold on to things that doesn't serve them, hold on to people that doesn't serve them, and they're wasting time, they're wasting their lives. Now, how can I be so emphatically strong about this? Because I've done these things. I've held on to people who have not held on to me. I've held on to things that have long since disconnected themselves from me. And what did that do? What did that cause? Headaches, stress, aggravation, procrastination, inability to move, inability to embrace new opportunities, new resources, new things. Because why? My thinking was stuck back there. And you're not going to win like that, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to win like that. You have got to say, hey, this bridge I crossed over, I would not never go back. People say, well, don't burn your own bridges. I say another way. If that bridge was rickety and didn't serve you, why would you want to go back on to cross it again? Get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Accept it. Accept that loss. Accept that failure. Learn from it, but move on, thinking there's going to be a greater victory or there's going to be a greater outcome for you if you choose to embrace it. You're one of those guys. I tried that before. It doesn't work. That didn't work. Okay, there's the twofold sword within that. Number one, I tried that, so I know not to try that again. It didn't pan out. Or I tried that, but I'm armed with more information. Let me go back and re-engage in that again. That's a different, as opposed to molding and thinking what could have been, what should have been, what ought to be, how they should have loved me, how I gave my best, how I gave my best to this person, I gave my best to this situation. They told me I was like family at that job, and they told me, I always have a place, and Lord behold, they fired me, or that person, I gave my everything in my heart, and they just got rid of me and threw me away like I'm trash. So I done had both have happened to me. Okay, move on, go on. Those person that job or that person probably not even thinking about you anymore. And here you are extracting precious moments out of your life, dealing with a situation because you're revisiting a place of failure that simply doesn't serve you. There are more opportunities out there than ever in the history of mankind today, right now. But if you're constantly revisiting that place of failure, it's not going to let you go to them. It's going to keep you bound. It's going to keep you dread. It's going to keep you locked into that place of defeat. And revisiting place of failure has but one purpose: to stop you from advancing forward. To stop you from advancing forward. Understand that. And you have to decide in your life: do you want to win or do you want to lose? There is no middle ground. It's either black or it's white. It's either victory or it's defeat. It's either loss or gain. Don't you understand that? The people who live their lives by grades. Let me tell you about some person who lived their lives by the grade a lot of time. That's called compromise. And usually when you start compromising, the majority of the time you're the one getting the wrong end or the short end of the compromise like that. Victory or death. That's what you have to think. And you have to move on because the clock is ticking. I am 2 years away from 60 years old, and I can't tell you where the time went by. But I can tell you this: I can't afford to waste any more time. It's not like it was when I was 7 years old and in Malvern Church up in Malvern, Ohio, waiting for my feet to touch the door. That was my biggest wish. It's not when I was 20 years old when I used to think that 5 years was such an astronomical amount of time. And, it is not. And the years are just going by. They're accelerating. Just like my father told me how they would do when I turned 30, and he was absolutely right. So in that case, then why in the world would I, or better yet, why in the world would you constantly keep revisiting places that you failed? Trying to connect with people who fired you or you had to fire, trying to go back to jobs who dismissed you or who caused stress and aggravation in your life and put you out, and saying, why would you go back to fight for toxicity? Oh man, that'll preach. Mr. Delk, I need to make a video on that one, or maybe you need to grab a hold of places of toxicity. Why do you want to go back to that? Why do you want to live for that? Why do you want to go in that? Don't you want to be free? Ladies and gentlemen, there are people out there in this world who have decided that they are not going to revisit failure, but they're going to revisit places of victory, and they're going to visit places of victory, and they're going to live in places of victory, and their mindset is totally different, and their results are totally different. You have to understand, you only in two realms. You either live in a perpetual mindset of victory and glory, or you live in a perpetual mindset of death, defeat, and toxicity. Which one do you want? Which one do you want to go around? I can end this video right now, but we want to talk about a couple things, that's going to really keep propelling you forward. Okay. Let me go ahead and do a couple of processes here. There is going to be grief after loss. There's going to be grief. The bigger the loss, perhaps the bigger the grief. That's okay. Grieve over that loss. All right. Grieve and grieve over the loss of that that opportunity, that job, that person. Grieve over that. Grieve over. That's perfect. That is a normal human response. That is flushing your soul, your life, even your blood of a lot of harmful things that stuff is been that are in there that have been caused contaminated to your thinking, to your living, to your digestion. Get rid of that. Okay, but there is a appointment for grieving. There is a certain time, and in the Holy Bible, I will look at grieving periods, and I'm looking at grieving periods. Rather, it seemed to be no more than 30 days. Okay, after 30, you got this time to mourn and lament your loss and stuff. After 30 days, it seemed like the Most High expected you to get up and get re-engaged with the business of living. And so that is a vital process that we understand it. Grieve for your loss, get help, talk to people who you need to talk to, cry, let it out, and there's nothing wrong with crying. It's not a sign of weakness. It's just a body releasing stress. It's nothing wrong with that. Talk to someone, provided they have counsel in that field that you're seeking. Look to overcome. Take time to recharge your soul, your spirit, your mind, and body. Prayer, music, reflection, solitude, great associations. These are just a number of the things I've used. But after that grieving process is over, it is time for you to take off your grave clothes and you wash your face and you get up and eat and you get up and move and you get about dealing with your life in the way that you want to do. So many people are stuck. Oh man, so many people are stuck in what happened in the past and what happened. And I could, man, if they wouldn't have got rid of they would have did me wrong on my bank application, and they wouldn't have told me not to keep loads of my paperwork, and and I lost my house, and and God, and now I looked up right now, it's worth something like $300,000, or I could have had so many years of my marriage, I would have been so and so, and if that wouldn't end, if this wouldn't have happened. That doesn't serve you. As a matter of fact, it would keep you in bondage. Every single thing I'm saying to you guys, I've lived. Every single thing I'm talking to you guys about, I've lived. But that's one of the reasons why it becomes so powerful to me. Because a lot of times I'm just expounding my life upon with these videos, what I do right around here, and taking the lessons I've learned and seeing how did I get unstuck. How did I approach the path of victory? How do I keep us staying on the path of victory? Success, the progressive realization of a worthwhile dream or goal. The progressive realization. The road to success is a journey, not a destination. Many people get that wrong. Oh, they can have I got this goal of this house, this woman, this guy, this job, but you have to keep going on a journey. You have to keep improving. You have to keep improving. You have to keep improving. At least you retract and you contract and you wind up dying. My father is a living, breathing example that daddy will be 79 years old July 5th. And happy birthday, Father. And so, but the man is constantly moving. The man is constantly in perpetual motion. He's been like that all my life. He has to do something. I don't know, Daddy, go ahead and tear stuff up just to put it together again, just to give him a reason to go out there and do something. But he's always doing. I've seen him get frustrated with projects he's doing, whether it's automotive, plumbing, or any other things. He's a jack of all trades and a very, very brilliant man. But he's always moving. He doesn't have time to sit around there and brood. He's always moving. I can call him right now up in Southeast Alabama, where we're from, and he'll be on the porch doing something, working on a car, shredding cardboard, talked about planting his garden, planting his garden, doing anything, but he's always moving. He doesn't sit still. Man weighs somewhere along like 165 pounds, fit, trim, well adjusted, doesn't takes care of his autistic brother, and he does a lot of things because he has a slow memory. He just goes ahead and forget about the defeat. He'll back up from a project, and that's where I got my. Sometimes you got to back up and punt, and then he'll go back in it when he's calmed himself down. He's crystallized his thinking, and he expects to win. He expects to win. He expects to win. He expects to win. This man simply has the philosophy: I'm not going to expire. I'm not going to expire. And I'm certainly not going to wear out. I'm just going to keep walking and walking and walking until I'm taken. That's how he lives his life. Very, 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 very powerful and strong. And that's the way you should live your life. Ladies and gentlemen, what serves you to keep looking back? What does it serve you to revisit your pace of victory? Okay, you started a business. It failed. Okay, you start a network business. No one called you. Okay, you got married once. She walked out. He walked out. He cheated. They cheated. Okay, you got a house and you lost it because of mitigating circumstances, maybe a job loss. Okay, you got to the keys to the boardroom, only to find that the boardroom was really the toilet room, and it wasn't what you thought. Okay, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there and poison the environment of me and other people who are trying to move on by telling you how bad it is, and by telling them what they have done to you, how they did it to you? Are you going to curse people, and talk about, hey, well, this thing's going to fall on them and all that, blah, blah, blah? Or are you just going to simply wash your hands, shake your hands, and leave a place that doesn't want you, leave a place that doesn't serve you, and find a place that does? Find a person that does. Are you going to do that? That's up to you to choose. It's always up to you to choose, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't nobody choices. Nobody makes your choices. There is a lack of responsibility in this world, Kimmy, Ruby, and Michael. There are a lack of responsibility. People want someone to blame. That's why they're so slow to make a decision. Because after all, once you make a decision, the thing about that, you're responsible for that decision. And if you don't have the responsibility, if someone can't point and say, hey, you were the one to wreck my life, or I'm doing this because you told me to, or you told me to spend that money, as if God Almighty done disconnected your brain and your mind to think for yourself, grown man, grown woman. So you got to take that decision upon yourself. You got to say, from my life, I run it. From my life, I run it. Yes, I can get counsel. Yes, I can go ahead and get advice. But at the end of the day, I make my decision for my life and those who are under my care. That's a man. That's a woman. That's a man, especially. That's a man. Take your responsibility. Doesn't revisit places of victory. This world has no place for weak men. It destroys you. It chews you up. This world has no place to listen to your "somebody done me wrong" song. This world has no places for you perpetually hashing over defeat. What are you doing for me lately? What are you doing for me right now? Understand this, the way of the world. Either you have the results or you don't. Not you're finna to get them, not you're hoping to get them, not you should get them. Either you have the results or you don't. That is the measuring stick of the world, not excuses. As a matter of fact, you come before a leader, whether whoever he or she is, and the higher ranking they are, the more you give excuses to them, the more nauseating your presence is to them. I say again, the more you give a leader, a high-ranking leader, excuses, and why you're not performing, why you're doing that, the more you talk, the more you say that to them, the more nauseating your very presence comes to it. Leaders expect results. They think in terms of solution. Okay, you told me your problem. Now what are you going to do about it? Okay, that's how you have to talk to them, and that's how you have to deal and operate your life. Now, the first leader in your life is you. I hear many people talk about, I have this mentor and I have this, and I don't negate that. I don't negate that, but you know what the problem is? You know what the problem is with that? Some people rely on a mentor more than their own self, or they don't get out there and do what the mentor has told him or her to do. That mentor's job is to empower you, ladies and gentlemen, to be a man, to be a woman who make your own life, and not to dwell in the past. Where are we going? What's the goal? What's the destiny? Show me your plan. Show me your action steps to work towards it. Yeah, but my wife would have supported me if that job would have took my pension. The hell with that. I ain't talking about that. We talk about the project right now. Stop talking to me about that. Where are we going now? What is the plan? What is the projections, and when are you bringing them in? You are able to solve. You are able to produce. You are never without a job. You are never without an opportunity. You are never without, whether one you get out there and create or one you're working in of someone else's sphere. But you literally are worth more than your weight in gold. It's the producers, ladies and gentlemen, the people who have the short memories, the people can get on about it and get about it despite what's going on, that the world looks up to, that the world follows, that the world respects. But in your world, make sure you're the one to give your own self that respect, and you learn by doing. Stop revisiting places of failure. If someone don't want you, leave it the hell alone. Go with dignity. Don't sit up there. If a job fires you, don't want you to be there. Go. Don't sit up there and say, "What did I do?" Or "Baby, how can I make this better for you? What did I do? Oh, I thought we got to be so many times." Man, you dry your face. You look at him and her like they done lost their dang mind, and you walk, and you do not return. You don't return. Understand this. If you want it, you want it. If you appreciate it, you appreciate it. There are going to be corresponding action steps with those. But if they're not, get the hell on. Move on. If you're at a place where they're not celebrating you by not giving you proper raises, by not giving you proper opportunities, by demeaning you, by always got some BS to come up with, and they decide to fire you, you decide to walk, you don't dare go in there. You just go ahead, turn in your badge, put the thing in. Hell, you don't even thank them for the opportunity. What opportunity? You wasted my damn time. What am I going to thank you for failure for? And you walk. You don't get over there and turn over the desk, and you don't get out there and twerk out the building and stuff like that. You held your head up high, you turn around, and you walk. You don't stop by. You don't visit. You don't call with the check. You don't sit up there and ask them like, "Hey, I'm going to write a good report on your Facebook." You don't ask them for references. You don't ask them for nothing. You walk. And when people start seeing you have that type of dignity, you're going to be treated like that type of dignity. Understand this, but when I have reached points in my life like I'm like, wow, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? And I seek out counseling like, man, what the hell am I tripping for? There are billions of women in this world. There are billions of opportunities in this world. As a matter of fact, I'll go out there and create my opportunity. Because you know what? If obviously I keep being walked off of jobs or fired or told I'm not good enough, even though I have a 4-year degree from one of the best schools in the country, even though I've owned multiple businesses, even though I do all that stuff, obviously if I'm not good on your platform, you know what? You're right. I'll just go out and build my own. No, I'll go out and get my desk there. I'll find someone who loves me, someone who appreciates me, and someone who I don't have to perform for like a dang circus animal. I don't really need you. And although they may like, dang, as far as what look at what this guy is doing, but they're going to respect it. They're going to say that's a man. Okay. And so much you hold your head high, ladies and gentlemen. Stop getting this out. Get out of your own way. Stop with this revisiting your past crap. Stop with this stuff like, oh gosh, I'm so sorry that happened to me. Oh God, or you can't get off the couch, or you're not open to Drake's, or you're not associated with anyone because you keep revisiting places of failure that is designed to keep you stuck, keep you from not advancing, and ultimately eventually destroy you. Stop it. Grow a backbone. Get out there and try a better way. Take the lessons of failure and apply them to the next project, but don't you dare go back. Someone's made it obvious to you that they don't want you. You leave the hell alone. Jobs are made it obvious to you that they don't want you on their team. You stay the hell away from them. You don't have to badmouth anyone. You don't have to talk bad about anyone. You don't have to do that. Let your actions speak for you, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate you guys trying to the support you're giving to the channel. So many people get so many people get stuck in places of death and defeat and revisit those places of defeat, thinking that something's good about it. Nobody cares about your sad song. No one cares about that. People care about your results. You keep talking defeat, gloom and doom without doing anything, pretty soon you're going to drive away the people who wouldn't support your way because they ain't here to keep hearing someone keep whining about their lives and whining about what used to happen long ago and what happened all this time and what could have been and what should have been. Get rid of that. Learn to be tough on yourself. If you're tough on yourself, Other people being tough on you, is like a pleasant massage. Learn to be hard on yourself. Learn to expect better for yourself. Say that I deserve better. If you understand that, that would take away all your toxicity problems in a moment. That would take all the way your self-confidence problems in a moment. Believe in who you are. Believe in what you got. Believe that you are better than what you're getting. Believe that you deserve the best and you deserve to live in your life and your life on the mountaintop just like anybody else. Stop this star worship and celebrating people, who achieved what Zach's saying you can, and you're admiring them because they've done something, yet you ain't willing to do the work they do. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel very, very so strongly about this. I feel so strongly about this, and you should do. Stop revisiting places of failure. Instead, get serious about the business of living. Get serious about the business of living. That's a video I did. You may want to go look at that. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And you're a winner if you decide to be. You're a winner if you choose to be. You're an overcomer if you choose to be. If you choose to be. That's what I choose. What about you? We appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Please hit that like and subscribe button. In my terms, as simple as this: if you have found value in what I'm sharing, please hit the like and subscribe button. If not, don't. I'm trying to make content, that's going to empower you. That's going to be that's going to enhance the performance of your life. If I'm not doing that, I don't deserve your support. And that's the way I strongly feel about it. So we appreciate you. We appreciate you guys. The channel is growing, and we're definitely looking to move into new markets and everything. You guys take care. Have an awesome day, and get yourself in the mindset of a perpetual state of winning.